This is a mix from the merciful truther. This is the mix for the subconscious induction of positive things that we're thankful for. Why do we receive all good miracles and pardon? Why do we receive all good miracles and pardon? Yes, yes, yes. England will win, and I will win. Yes, yes. Why do we receive every good miracle and pardon? Why do we receive every good miracle and pardon? I will win. Why? Because I will win, and England will win. Things just work. Good circumstances. Why do we have better fate? Why do we have all this better fate? Why do we have this better fate? Thank you, thank you. Why am I pardoned? Hey. So yeah. There was giant fruit, giant vegetables, giant people. Oh, and by the way, if you've ever been in Agartha or Inner World, look at the size of the trees and fruit. You're getting a pomegranate there, the size of a bed. You're getting like vegetables that are huge. You're getting people that are huge. Have you seen the size of them? They're swords. Wow. And you should see another thing. Look at the size of the trees. Trees bigger than mountains. Look at the size of the sky. This is one sky, but there are at least 7 skies, 7 earths and 7 heavens layered on top of each other with 7 skies. Is it 7? I think so. Anyway, the thing is, look at the size of the fruit. You're talking about an apple that's as big as an apple that's the size of like a not a car, but you know, there's melons that you can get a melon. There's melons. Look at this, a melon the size of a car. Things are just bigger, depending on the magnetism. The bigger the magnets on the Earth, the bigger the things get. Now look at the magnets from that green inner sun that's coming out of the North Pole opening. There's a sinkhole at the North Pole that lets out the green northern lights. The green northern lights, of course, come from the sinkhole in the sea. The sinkhole takes you down into another world where the sun there is green, and it must be magnetic. Is it magnetic? I don't know, there's something to do with magnets. I sleep with magnets. Sleeping with magnets keeps you young, keeps your body healthy, apparently. I can't promise you it does, but, you know. Yeah, they say it does. Kevin says it does. I don't know. I don't know if the magnets keep you young and healthy and whatever. But I do sleep with magnets on. I'm just trying them out. But magnets is when everything's going your way. Everything's going my way, the right way. Just these good circumstances. Why are they just good circumstances? Why do I find myself in these perfect circumstances? And you know, the people there, they're not actually that tall who live in the under our first earth. They're only about 12, 14 foot tall. But they've got a lot of swords, and they've got a monorail. How do I know that they've got a monorail? Yeah, I know it anyway. It's like a thing they travel around in. But, you know, you're interested in stuff. I'll talk about this. If my subscribers interested in this stuff, I'll talk about it. As we all know, Bigfoot is very friendly, and Bigfoot obviously migrates under the cave systems in the earth. But he also obviously goes on the peaks and ridges and different things from the Himalayas to the Americas. I even saw one in Britain. The one that I saw, the first Bigfoot I actually saw in Britain, was in a field. I was driving in the car, and just at the side of the motorway, there was a Bigfoot. And I thought it was a man, a big man, Big upper body just same as a man, but all dressed in black from head to toe. And even the gloves were black, shoes were black, pants were black, hat was black with like a triangle on the hat. But it wasn't a hat, it wasn't clothes, it was fur or hair. And the only thing I could say that was different from a big man's body was the width of the knee bones. The bones of the knee in the Bigfoot that I actually saw with my own eyes in Britain, when I was on the motorway driving past, and it was there, just stood there in the field. It had no farming equipment, no tractor, no trowel, no sheep, no farming equipment. Just, it was stood there in the middle of a field, and that field was next to the motorway, and I drove past it, and I had a proper good look at it. And it looked at me, and it was friendly, because Bigfoots are friendly by nature, aren't they? But, yeah, the only thing I can say that it was different from man was the bones on its knee. The bones on its knee were as wide as an elephant's. Do you know, all its upper body bones was like that of a man. But its knee bones, not the muscle, but the width on its knee, where it bends its leg, that was as wide as an elephant. These things, when I saw that one, it wasn't walking, it wasn't moving, it wasn't doing it, because I just drove past it in a car. I was on the motorway. That happened. Yes! Why did these jinn... What is a jinn? A jinn is a shapeshifter person. It's basically a jinn is a human being that's been born without a physical body. Why did he deliver gold? Good news and pardon and good favours to me. Why did he deliver good gold and favours? Why did he deliver good gold and good favours to me? Oh, they must be my friends. I don't know. So basically, what we're talking about is... Woohoo! I win, England wins. I win, England wins. I win, England wins. So what we're talking about is there's different worlds, but you must remember there's cave systems that go up from one Earth to the other, and if they can wander around the cave system, they can come and pop up on our Earth, because there's a cave system that connects. That I would presume there's a cave system. There is a cave system, not presuming. There is a cave system that connects that Earth to our Earth. Because the Earth is basically layers of Earth and layers of skies. And the stars are only... I think Sean Connery told me, because Sean Connery he played James Bond, but he was also my personal in-life mentor. And he told me a lot of things about the law of attraction and that. And one of the things he told me is that he said, in his opinion, the stars are just... I think he said the stars are just pinholes on the dome, the glass dome that's above our Earth. But we're on the best Earth, to be honest, because it's overrated being super tall. It's really overrated. Its quality of life is better. It's all about being a good person. Life is all about good thoughts. Good thoughts make more good thoughts. Good safe thoughts. It's all about being happy, Life's all about being happy. The thing is, we're not actually physical. Well, we're all made from... We appear to be physical at times, a lot of the time. And so there's tables and chairs and stuff. But we're actually made from energy that vibrates at certain different frequencies. So I'm an object of energy that vibrates an excellent vibration of wealth and success and mercy. My vibration is very merciful, good. But other things vibrate at different frequencies. That's why if you hit the right pitch when you sing, if you can sing and you sing just at the right note, you can smash a glass by singing. 'Cause everything vibrates. And there was a guy, what's he called? That inventor. Not Norton, what was he called? That guy invented stuff, what was he called? Yeah, anyway, that's the ring. That's the Ring of Solomon. Basically, giants are big. They've got big swords. Obviously, they found in some countries axes. Have you seen them pictures of axes? Axes which were like 12 foot long. You know, no one can pick an axe up that's so long and heavy. You can't even lift it off the ground. And obviously, that axe that they found, these axes they found, I think it was in Iceland or somewhere. Giants used to wield those axes as if they weighed nothing. But these axes, they used to pick up stuff. There was a story. Have you heard that story? There was Solomon Islands. Oh yeah, there's these islands called the Solomon Islands, and just last year, someone's car broke down in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road in the Solomon Islands. Then what happened was, and they couldn't move the car basically, so they went to sleep. And the next morning, the car had been moved because friendly giant human beings that are like, I don't know how tall, maybe just 12, 14 foot, they came out of the caves, because they live in caves. They came out of the caves in the middle of the night and they moved the car because they're kind and friendly giants, you see. Oh yeah, I absolutely love watching old movies and Viking movies. I just love watching Viking movies. I just love watching old movies. You know, old movies, they're the best. I really want to be an actor, but do I believe I can be an actor? If you believe I can be an actor and someone's going to hire me and befriend me, if you believe it'll happen. So anyway, what was happening? What did I say? Oh yeah, there was a country, I can't remember what year it was, but in Greenland, there was a country called Greenland, and the Vikings apparently used to live there. And then, historically, one day, they went on the boats, and they went somewhere, and they never came back to Greenland, ever. And all of Greenland was just abandoned. Totally abandoned. Because what happened was, they followed the green light of the Northern Lights. And that green light comes out of the sinkhole, the slanting sinkhole, which is at the North Pole, which is the centre of the flat Earth. And obviously the green light comes from a sun which is in a lower Earth, and that green light comes out of that slanting sinkhole, very wide sinkhole, very slanting, and then it hits the dome of the glass dome, the inside of the glass dome, which is over our Earth, and it makes the sky look green. It's called the Northern Lights. And of course, don't tell charities, but I don't give to charities, because these charities that say, oh, polar bears need your money, polar bears need my money. I don't think so, pal. Polar bears don't even need money. They eat fish and whales and that. But that reminds me of another story. Yeah, basically, the Vikings, they went down into the other Earth. The Vikings were renowned for strength, size, height. And we're not talking height that you've been told of 6 or 7 foot tall height. We're talking when they used to live in Greenland. We're talking at least 12 foot tall, average 12 maybe to 14 foot tall at then times in Greenland. That's what we're talking, and we're talking proper strength, proper muscles, proper, like that Skyrim type of muscles, proper blondes. They lived in Greenland. And they had houses, obviously made from wood and that. But then what happened was, they went on their boats, they left Greenland. Historically, you can look it up, that Vikings used to live in Greenland for a long time, and then overnight, they all abandoned their houses. All the towns abandoned, and they never returned to Greenland ever. That's because they went down they went on their boats, which were famous for going on their boats. They went to the North Pole, where there's a slanting sinkhole, and they went down there, where the green light was coming from, and they got into the next Earth, the next world. So they've been living, it's the Vikings that have actually been living under our Earth, in the other Earth, under our world. They've been living there for hundreds of years now, the Vikings, but they're all like, they're all like 12 foot tall. But they are Vikings, of course, and their religion is it's largely the Viking religion. But someone who went there, I can't remember if it was a dream or something, but someone who went there, they saw that they have built a monorail down there, but they've got a sky they've got seas, they've got lands and countries underneath our countries. There are other stories. I know all the miracles that I've done in my life I can't count them all. And may they all be good, and may I be merciful. Why am I so merciful and good thinking? But I tell you, one miracle that happened was there was a young boy called King Arthur. Arthur. And basically, he used his power of belief. He revved it up for so many months, and he believed in himself for so many months. It's when you believe in yourself, or you believe in me, for so many months, that builds up the power of belief. And then what he did, all the people came to where it was in Britain. These big muscular men, they couldn't pull the sword out of the stone. And I've actually seen the sword in the stone. There's quite a few, but I've seen I've been there. I've seen the castle with the there's so many castles in Britain, tons of them, and because Britain's old, innit, and they say that the first people to populate Britain, some of the first, was the children of Israel. I think they got expelled or something, and they went on a boat and they settled in Britain, in Wales. That was what I was told. That's what, if you go to the Welsh, if you ask any of the Welsh people, that's what they'll tell you. They'll say, oh, we're related to the children of Israel, all the Welsh people. Me. So what? I don't care. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, King Arthur. He was a young boy, and the big muscular men, they couldn't pull the sword out of the stone. Anyway, he had a lot of belief, and he believed in it for many months. His belief built up. When you build your belief up, he pulled the sword out of the stone. They made him a king of the Britons, and that's a historical fact. And that was taught to my nana before World War II. It was taught to her in school as a historical fact. But of course, there's always the tale of the law of attraction, the law of superhuman strength. As we know, the cousin of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, Ali, he was basically the Muslims. I was told they was sieging a castle, and the castle had giant castle doors made from super thick wood, and of course they put that thing at the back of the castle doors to keep them shut. So I think the Muslims or something, they were using a tree or something to smash open the castle doors with some men, like as a battering ram. Thank God I'm pardoned. And basically the battering ram didn't work, because these are very heavy metal and wooden thick castle doors. On a castle, it wouldn't open. And obviously the opponents was inside the castle, trying to defend the castle. So Ali said, move out the way, stop using that battering ram. To all the men that were using the battering ram, he said, stop that, move it out the way, I'll shoulder barge the door down. So he runs up to it, and he's only skinny. He runs up to it, peace be upon him, he shoulder barges the door down, the castle doors, these huge castle doors that weigh like the weight of a car, the huge doors, thick castle doors. He shoulder barges through them, and then he picks one of the gates, one side of the castle doors up, and uses it as a shield, and he's smacking like 10 men at a time with his shield. And that's one of the stories we're told. But we're also told of other stories of superhuman strength. For example, we're told that Moses went to the well, and on top of the well was this huge stone, which took like 4 or 5 people to lift. And Moses lifted that stone up by himself. And obviously some fit women were watching him, which they got attracted to him. 5 week? Oh, why did he always have safe actions? Hey, look. Oh, we're winning. Oh, we've won. We've won this one. I've won. England's won. Yeah, so look, they lived a basic lifestyle. In life, it's about being a good person, comes from good sayings. The more good sayings you have memorized, the more good person you can be. And when you practice being good and blessing people, blessing yourself, and expecting everyone to be safe, why can everyone stay safe? Full of peace. That's what life's about. If you make money, very good. If you do things, very good. But life's about being happy. So, I don't know all of history. I can't say what's a fact, what's not a fact. It's not my... I'm just a storyteller. Professional storyteller. That's all it is. Yes! Yeah, you should see some... I'm going to have to show you some of these swords and weapons. How big they are. Very, very big. But next time you watch a movie like Lord of the Rings or some kind of movie, even some movie where people are flying through the air especially Star Wars with the Jedi Knights, is all based off reality. It's based off reality. It's not a joke. I'm actually studying now to be a Jedi Knight myself. So, it's all possible. God forgive us. So, because the Earth is flat, if you believe it's flat, therefore there is no galaxies, there is no other planets, there is no space, there is no big universe. It's a small world. Like the people used to say, oh, it's a small world. It is a small world. There's no space, there's no other planets, there's no such thing as space and galaxies and that, if you believe the world's flat. And we've got a glass dome over our sky, and the sun and the moon are within the glass dome, and you believe the sun and the moon are both 33 miles wide. Well, if you believe that stuff, which I'm not saying you have to believe, but if you do, then there is no space, there is no other planets. This is it. And therefore, there are no aliens. Therefore, all aliens that you see are actually jinn. All aliens that you see are either human beings or jinn. Because if you believe the Earth is flat, you believe there's no other planets. You believe there's no other planet. If you believe the Earth is flat, therefore you believe there's no other planets. If there's no other planets, there's no such thing as aliens. And if you see an alien, therefore an alien is only a jinn or a person. So that's why I don't trust NASA, because the only person in my mind that's been to the moon is Roger Moore in that movie, Moonraker. Oh, what a good actor. Roger Moore is so fantastic. What a good actor is Roger Moore. Oh, what a good actor. I wish someone would just hire me, spot me. I wish I could just go there and put my name down and get some acting jobs. Oh, I love it, viewers.